Welcome to the What to Read Next podcast. In this podcast, host Lori and me will share a few book recommendations on what you should read next. If you have a passion for books, then join us for this fun bookish episode. Welcome to the What to Read Next podcast. Today I have a fun mini episode where I'll be sharing 12 books that are coming out in December. Now let's get to the list. The first book is Defending Everly by Susan Stoker. This comes out on December 3rd. If you like romantic suspense, then you should pick this book up. Also, this book is available on Kindle Unlimited, so if you have that program, then you should definitely pick it up. I started reading this book and it hooked me out from the beginning. The hero is grumpy. He doesn't want to work with the heroine. He's helping the heroine find her sister who may be kidnapped and human trafficker. So there's romance, there's actually action happens. They're trying to look for her sister. This book is book 5 from the series, but it can be read as standalone. The reviews and Goodreads are 4 to 5 star reads. I have read other Susan Stoker romans, and they're action-packed and they're steamy. So if you want to check out the series, then definitely go ahead. It's available on Kindle Unlimited. The next book is Blitz by Alexa Martin that comes out December 3rd. If you like sports romance, then you should check out this series. Intercepted and Fumble are a bit of second chance romance. On football, they're steamy. Fumble features a single parent romance too, so they're really good. I really like Fumble the best. I haven't read Blitz, but I'm definitely right now partial to Fumble. Throughout the book, for the other books, we meet the characters of Blitz. So when the heroine owns a bar that is kind of like, it's a bar for women who they have manicures. It's kind of like an ideal bar. So she's the owner, and then the hero, he's a football player, and they don't like each other, but they kind of like they hook up. So I've been looking forward to reading this. The good reviews are positive, so I already pre-ordered it, so I'm excited to read this book. The next book is Who Lied to Me by Rachel Winters that comes out December 3rd. I have read this book, and I consider one of my favorite books of the year. If you like rom-com movies, then this book is for you. Evie the heroine has to reenact rom-com meet-cutes to prove that they work, and the hilarity ensues. Like, she reenacts 10 Things I Hate About You, The Holiday, and just basically think about romance and rom-com movies. She probably has reenacted in this mood. There's no steam in this book, but there's a bunch of meet-cutes, and it's adorable. There's an adorable kid, so it's a really cute book to read. So make sure to pre-order it if you haven't done so. The author is actually going to be at the show on December 3rd, 2019. The next book is Meg and Joe by Victorine Kendra that comes out December 3rd, 2019. This is a Little Women retelling set in New York City in the modern era. The sisters have to go to North Carolina to deal with her mother's illness, so there's that part that takes in New York City and there's a part that takes in North Carolina. In terms of the review, it's been a mixed bag. Some reviewers compare it to a Hallmark movie, which personally, it's probably up my alley, so I think I'm going to read it. Annie Jones from the porch said that it was a good retelling, that she would actually read the second book. We should follow the other two sisters, so I think I'm going to read this. The next book is Heidi's Guide for 4-Letter Words by Tara Savak and Randy Arndt. It comes out December 3rd, but it's actually available in Audible already, and I actually listened to it a few weeks ago. So the story is the heroine loses her job as a teacher and lands a job as a woman's audiobook studio. So one day she finds old podcast equipment, so she takes it home, and somehow she starts a show where she shares erotic scenes over the podcast, and then she started talking about her romantic, disappointments and how she likes someone and how he doesn't pay attention to her. And somehow there's romance that happens with it. There's the fun family members who are involved. It's actually a really cute story. I would encourage you to listen to the book as opposed to reading the book, because you get to see the podcast, and it's kind of fun to just listen to the podcast element for some of the chapters. So if you can listen to the book. If not, just read the book. The next book is This Is Love by Melissa Foster. It comes out December 3rd, 2019. This is a bodyguard hate to lovers romance. This is book 2 in a series, but it can be read standalone. The reviews are full 3 to 5 star reviews. One review called Hallmark of Suspense, letting us know there's not much conflict in the book. I do have an arc for it, so I may read this month. The next one is A Delicate Deception by Cat Sebastian. It comes out December 10th, 2019. This book takes place in the country over long walks between the hero and the heroine. It's historical romance. There are secrets and there's a Sicilian romance. Both characters are bisexual. The reviews are solid 4 stars. Cat Sebastian is one of the authors and I want to read more in 2020. She has a lot of male historical romance. So I want to read those. But actually, she's one of those authors that provides some good diversity. So if you haven't checked her out, check her out. The next book is Husband Material by Emily Belden. Comes out December 30th, 2019. So the main character, Charlotte, is a widow, and somehow 5 years later, she receives her husband's ashes. So over the past 5 years, she's been ignoring the fact that she's a widow, that she hasn't been touched base with her past, and so somehow receiving her husband's ashes leads her to a journey and just kind of like talking about it. The reviews on Instagram say this book is more women's fiction than drama than romance. There's a lot of drama. So if you're looking for more women's fiction, then Husband Material may be for you. The Prince of Broadway by Joanna Shoup comes out December 30th, 2019. This is a Gilded Age historical romance set in New York City. This is a story of a casino owner and heroine who wants to own her own casino for women. The chemistry is quite hot. It's instant loss, but they don't hook up together right away. There's action. There's basically the whole, underworld of the casino world. So there's a lot of things going on. And this book was such a treat to read. The Goodreads reviews are mostly 5 stars. I read this book. I gave them 4 stars. So if you're looking for historical romance set in New York City in the 1800s, then read this book. The next romance is Love Lettering by Clay Claiborne. That comes out December 31st, 2019. Here's a brief synopsis. In this warm and wide romance from acclaimed author Clay Claiborne, one little word puts a woman's business and her heart in jeopardy. This is the story of Meg, who saw Reed's marriage doomed from the start before they got married, and a year later recontacts and asks some questions. I assume romance ensues, and they're not supposed to be together, but they got together. Their stuff. The early reviews, Goodreads gives this a 3-star, but it has full of plot twists. So it seems like an interesting book. So I'm curious to read it in the future. The next book is Forever My Duke by Olivia Drake. That comes out December 31st. This is a book about an unexpected pairing between a Duke and an American who wants to start school in England and to do great work, but not to fall in love. So the Duke wanted to get married with someone else, and then he meets the American, and he's like, I want to marry you. But the American's like, oh no, I want to start my business. I want to start my own school, and I have to deal with some orphans. So we're not going to get together. And then they're supposed to, they're not supposed to fall in love, but they go fall in love. So it's kind of cute. I have an arc for this book. I actually have a copy of the first book in the series, so I'm looking forward to reading them back to back in December. So the reviews for this book are fairly positive. There's a note in the reviews that starts slow, but it does pick up. So just an FYI. The next book is The One for You for Ronnie Lauren. That comes out December 31st. This is book 4, and it's the end of the series of The Ones Who Got Away, which is a series based on a school shooting that happened a few years ago. And so the characters come back to kind of like a reunion that happens. I do own all the books in the series, so because I got them on sale a few weeks ago. So I'm planning to binge read on them. And basically this book is a second chance best friend romance. The reviews are fairly positive. This is the last book in the series. So if you're looking for a romance series to binge on, there's 4 books in the series, and I heard they're emotional, they're good, they're dramatic, there's a lot of romance, so pick this up. So that's our list for books that are coming up in December. I want to hear from you. What books are you looking forward to coming out in December? Share with them on the blog at whattoreadxblog.com. We'll be back next week with a couple of brand new episodes. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a great day.